Welcome back, everyone. You're gonna learn something. Well, just ask several members of our staff. Thrifting has become more popular than ever. And thank you for laughing at that, Eric. Not only does it save you money, you can also find some truly one-of-a-kind items. But when you bring those clothes home, just being real, they might have a little smell, a little funk to them, or maybe a little weird stain. Here with this guide for thrifted clothes, give it up for the laundry guy, Patric Richardson, everyone. Hi, buddy.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
So good.
I know. And by the way, we have a little, not an announcement, but we're going to debut something down here. Yeah. Don't look right here. Don't look down here yet. Keep your eyes over here. What are we doing? What's the first one?
Well, the first thing is, if you buy something thrifted, if you buy at a thrift, like if you buy like at a discount store or whatever, but if you buy at a vintage store, they're going to have cleaned it. But even if it's been washed, you should still wash it again, because it may never have been washed, which is one problem. But even if it's been washed, if you use a particular detergent and it's been washed in something else, it could still cause you to have allergy problems.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because I mean, if you use the blue and they use the orange, you could still have a problem. So wash everything when you bring it home.
No matter what.
No matter what, just wash. There's a couple reasons, but wash everything when it comes home.
Okay. And what do you use to wash?
I am you know that I'm a soap flakes junkie, so I'm always going to use soap flakes, and that's actually what prompted it. If I were to use commercial detergent, because I've used this, like I would break out. So anything I bring home, I wash in soap flakes just so that it doesn't have any detergent residue in it.
And I know the answer, and it seems pretty obvious, but someone new to you, new to us, blah, blah, blah. What is the main advantage with using soap flakes?
It rinses completely clean. Like there's no residue left. So your sweater, like you bought a cashmere sweater at a thrift store, it's going to feel like a cashmere sweater.
Got it. Okay.
So, and the next thing is, if somebody has used fabric softener or dryer sheets or something, which you know how I feel. If you don't know how I feel, just look. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Wash it with some vinegar and some baking soda if you need to. That will break down that waxy coating and take it off. So it will restore it back to how it was supposed to be.
Because one of the things, the fabric softener does put like a coating on it.
Yeah, and you feel it. It feels like sticky, and it actually makes stains stay. So that's kind of another big problem.
Okay, I see a Labubu over here. What are we doing here?
I brought her. This is Patty Labubu.
Hi, Patty Labubu.
I brought Patty Labubu because sometimes you buy something at a thrift store that you can't wash.
Yeah.
Because it could be the lining of a leather jacket. It could be a piece of furniture. It could just be something that you don't think you can wash. We're going to use our friend vodka. We're going to spray it with vodka because we know that vodka removes the odor from anything. And the unique thing about vodka is that it's odorless and colorless. It also happens to be antibacterial. So
your friend and mine.
Everyone's friend is vodka.
Does it? And again, we say this every time. That is why when you see theater departments, their wardrobe, they keep a bottle of vodka, and you don't mix that with it. It's just
it's just straight vodka. But you want to use you want to go all the way to the bottom shelf and then reach to the back. You want the very cheapest thing you can get.
Don't waste good vodka. Don't be doing no Grey Goose up in there.
No, believe it or not, it actually doesn't work as well because the head of the vodka is what works. And really good vodka, they distill the head out. Really cheap vodka, they blend it back in.
And then it gets rid of the smell completely.
Yeah, it gets rid of the smell, and it's also going to be antibacterial.
Okay.
And then last but not least, if you buy something and you cannot wash it, and this really works well right now outside, leave it in the car because it might have moths. And believe it or not, moths cannot survive freezing. So right now when it's 0, if you just leave it in the trunk, the moths will die. In fact, this is just a random tip, but if you have moths in your house, take everything out of your closet and throw it in the trunk and vacuum your trunk, and that will take care of it. But just to be sure, we were just talking about it. You can buy moth traps. You can buy these at the hardware store. And this is really what they are.
That's a moth trap?
This is a moth trap. It's sticky inside, and there's moth pheromones in here. Yes, there really are. There's moth pheromones in here.
That makes a moth horny?
It does. You know what? Moths I don't know what I've got no judgment. Moths
No.
do what moths do. But anyway,
They're watching heated rivalry in there.
Exactly. But anyway, moths, they stick to this and they die. So.
Hey, and it's cold everywhere this week.
Right.
I mean, so all of you in Orlando, it's going to be like 50 on Saturday. If you got some nasty moth-ridden clothes, throw them in your trunk.
Yes.
Okay, what are we doing with this one?
So then you get into like the idea of like stains. So if you buy something like, I actually bought this, I saved this to use on TV. I bought this at an estate sale. It's sweaty. This is all perspiration. And you just soak it with oxygen bleach and it's going to come right out.
Sweat?
Yeah.
Just soak it in the oxygen bleach?
Yeah, just soak it in oxygen bleach. I'm going to throw this in the sink with about a tablespoon of oxygen bleach and I'm just going to soak it and it's just going to come, it'll come right back to new. And I think this is suntan lotion. I think this is suntan lotion and it's also going to come out with oxygen.
I was just going to say, so, and then does this work too with sweating? I always like to re-ask this every so often with hats, because you always get, baseball hats get that sweat band. Does the same principle work?
It'll totally work, but you know, my favorite trick to watch baseball caps is to throw them in the dishwasher. You put them on the top rack of the dishwasher.
He's not kidding, no.
And you run it, and you can actually throw oxygen bleach in. The oxygen bleach is in the big green box. It's one of the ingredients. You can throw it in, and it's great for caps. And this is really a great trick because a lot of people like to thrift like concert t-shirts or vintage sports tees. I mean, you know, Taylor Swift wears vintage Chiefs gear. So it's really great, like, to grab some oxygen bleach and just sort of go to town.
Go to the thrift store and then go get a big box of oxygen bleach. More, plus we're answering your questions when we come back. Back after this. That's real sweaty.
Yeah, it was funny.
The laundry guy, Patric Richardson, is here. Don't forget to visit us store at the Mall of America. Talk about another product you can get to in just a second. We're talking about thrifted and secondhand clothing and how to take care of them. Okay, what's next?
So the thing is, if you buy something and you just don't know what it is,
Yeah.
like you just don't know what the stain is, I still think you should buy it. Like if you like it, I think you should buy it no matter what. Just grab like a brush and some laundry soap or some vinegar and water and spray it on and see what happens. Neither one of these things are going to damage it. Chances are 95% of the time one of these two things will take the stain out, but it's not going to damage it. So if you go today at an estate sale because you're leaving the Jason show and you don't want to go back to work, so you stop at an estate sale, not saying, but just use one of these because 95% of the time that is the entire kit that you need.
Oh, can I add one?
Yeah.
You know, because I learned this from you. Liquid hand soap.
Yeah.
Not the foam stuff, right?
Right.
The gel. I put vinegar on top first. You taught me that. And then if it's an oil-based, am I right on this?
Yep.
You put the hand soap.
Yep.
Because the oil works with the oil.
Yep,
See?
exactly.
I told Patrick, pulling the curtain back a minute, in our pre-show meeting, our entire staff, Patrick is like an apparition in our house. Whenever we're doing laundry, all of us admitted that we see Patrick like a ghost going, "Don't use so much laundry detergent." So you've affected us.
I love
you
that.
have. Yeah.
I love that so much.
Yeah, you do. I'm
Yeah.
serious. Okay, what do we have here, Fred?
So then if you find something really difficult, I see this a lot. I love to buy like estate sale napkins. I have an obsession.
Really?
Oh my gosh. I could have a party.
Cool.
I could have a party for like 300. I have so many napkins. But they often will have these yellow spots on them. And it's really not hard. You get these yellow spots and you think this is never going to come out. Here's how you take it out. You use some liquid detergent and you put the liquid detergent on the stain and then you dab it and then you sprinkle oxygen bleach on it. And what actually happens, and you just rub it in, and what actually happens is the liquid detergent is going to hold the oxygen bleach in place. If you use oxygen bleach with water, which is what we're going to do here, it just runs straight through the fabric.
Okay.
If you use something thick like a detergent, it will sit there and it will sit on the spot for hours and it won't move through the fabric and it'll lift it right out.
So let this sit a few hours.
Yeah, and then just put it in the washing machine and it'll come right out.
And then that's it.
Yeah, that's it. And that is probably like that's the thing. People tell me all the time, oh, I got rust on it. It's not rust. It's something like probably white wine if it's a napkin. It's something clear that over time it oxidized and it sort of turned yellow. It's like rust for fabric. It just sort of yellows. And you just put that on and let it sit. It'll also happen like if you have on a white shirt that you only wear in the summer. You put it away and you get it out next summer and you'll have the spot that will take that right out.
I have one that I'm thinking of right now. What I teased this earlier. What do we have here, Pastor?
So this is really fun. And since you are the very first person that ever got to see Maison France Luxe for the Laundry Evangelist, today you get to see the gift set. It's all 3. And yeah, it's all 3 of the detergents.
Sorry,
in
Mom,
a box.
you can't have it.
You know I brought one for Dar.
I know you brought one for my.
I love Dar.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's all 3 of the scents in a box, and the box looks like a washing machine.
Look at that audience.
So,
Leo,
isn't
take a
that funny?
shot. Look at that.
So
that is fantastic.
Thanks.
This is available right now, my friend.
Yeah, as of like literally right now. Michaela's probably putting it up as we speak.
Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to be answering your questions. And boy, did we get a lot from our socials when we come back. Back in a moment, friends. That is a great design.
Isn't that funny? And it was funny because I was like, I want it to look like a washing machine.
Welcome back. He's the man with the answers. Patrick the Laundry Guy. Follow him on social. Before we get to the questions, this is true. This just happened on the break. Every time you're on, we get loaded with questions before the show, and now Jeff came up to me and said, during the show live, people are emailing hundreds of emails, and a woman even called the news hotline.
Yes.
For the station. We're based at Fox 9 in Minneapolis, and this woman goes, I have an urgent question for the laundry. I'm not making this up. I just listened to it. Jeff had me listen to it. She goes, I have an urgent question that I need to get to the Jason show. I need to know how to get blood out of a carpet.
Oh.
I don't want to know, ma'am, why you have blood on your carpet. Instead of calling the Jason show, maybe call 911. But
priorities.
Priorities. I appreciate you watching. 911. But how do you get
oxygen bleach? Mix up oxygen bleach and water, sponge it on. Take a towel with clear water, and it's going to take quite a bit of water, and sponge it and lift it back up, and then blot it dry. It will come right out. There's no reason to worry, but oxygen bleach and water will take it right out. And I love this.
And then move the body into the woods.
Right. It's too cold to bury it, so just
move it into the woods. I've watched enough Dateline. They'll find it in the spring.
Right.
Yeah.
He lit up a room.
Good Lord, that was hysterical. I love that woman. She was bound and determined to get a hold of you. Okay, let's go to some other questions that don't deal with blood and crime scenes. First, Megan. Megan writes, hey, Patrick, I need help with deep stains, especially in the armpit areas. No matter how much I wash or treat my husband's work shirts, I just can't seem to get it out. Help. I feel like I've tried everything. I think Megan probably speaks for a lot of people there.
So the trick I just showed you with using the oily soap or the liquid detergent and then the oxygen bleach, that will get the stain out. It'll come right out, put it on, let it sit like an hour, and then run really hot water through it. It'll come out. But here's the better trick. Once you get the stain out, or if you start with new t-shirts, because I'm going to be honest, this is not worth doing to undershirts. Just pitch them and make a quick run to Old Navy. But once you get the stain out or you start with new shirts, every single time, immediately, before you put it in the washing machine, you spray it with vinegar and water. Vinegar and water, wrong bottle. Vinegar and water, it's 50 vinegar, 50 water, but the vinegar has to be wet when the washer starts. You'll never have the stain again.
It's true. I've done it, and it's true. Next is Eloise. Hi, friend. She writes, hey, Patrick, red Gatorade spilled on a wool area rug. Are we sure it's not blood, Eloise? No, I'm sorry. Red Gatorade spilled on a wool area rug. How can we remove it?
So Gatorade will come out with soap and water, but what you need to do is take laundry soap. Don't use bar soap, like hand soap. Use laundry soap in a bar. Wet a brush or wet a towel. A towel's even better on carpet. Wet a towel and kind of make the lather and then attack the stain. But then you're going to have to do the same thing. You're going to have to use a lot of water to lift it back up. little green machine. If you don't have one, ask one of your friends because somebody does, and just extract it back out. It'll come right out.
I have one. Call me. You can borrow mine. Yeah. Jessica, Jessica sent us a photo. I love it. Okay, look at this, Patrick. I feel like it's the daily double on Jeopardy here, but she says, hey, Patrick, I was trying to remove stains from a t-shirt using a commercial stain remover. The product left behind more stains than it removed. I watched it several times to no avail, and the stains remain. Help, help, help.
So that actually is what too much detergent looks like. Soak it in vinegar and water. Just vinegar and water, soak it in there, let it sit like 2 hours and wash it, and they should be gone. You may, depending on how much detergent is in there, you may have to do it a couple of times, but it'll come right out.
You taught me, and you don't even love them, but I remember one of the first times you're on here, and I asked you about a Tide stick. Because let's be, we may not love them, but people do use them.
Yeah, you got to use them.
And you taught me to rinse after you use it. That's a mistake people don't make, right?
Yeah, because you put it on there and you just leave the detergent, and so you can't lift it out. I mean, it's got to come back out. It's not going to just magically disappear.
You got to rinse with the Tide stick. Okay, next is Nick. Hi, Nick. Is powder detergent as good as liquid detergent? Do we still need to use less than what's directed on the bottle?
Well, we for sure need to use less than what's directed. We're never going to use more than 2 tablespoons. I think powder's a tiny bit better than liquid, but if powder's a 10, liquid's a 9. I don't think, if you have a preference, I just think powder's easier to use because it's not as heavy and you're not paying for water.
And that's it, yeah. And always, again, if you're new to us, never more than 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
And you don't need the big setting. You taught me this a lot.
Express cycle.
Express cycle all the time.
Yeah, it's great. Express cycle, warm water, cold rinse, fast spin. 2 tablespoons, and your laundry life will be so much better.
Jeff, do you have time for one more? One more. Janelyn. Hey, friend. What's the best product to clean my washing machine? My husband's uniform leaves marks.
Vinegar and water. So dump a gallon of vinegar and a pound of borax into your washing machine, run it on the longest, hottest setting, and your washing machine will look like you just brought it home from the appliance store.
There we go. He's the best. Give it up for Patrick, everybody. And we just heard from the woman with the blood on the carpet. It's out. She got the we got it out. For more laundry advice, follow him on social media and head to his website site and stop by his store, Mona Williams at the legendary Mall of America. We'll be right back. Stay with us, everybody. We get a lot of blood questions. We do. But I mean, it does happen.